Hello, I'm Jay Bowman, Managing Director of Research and Analytics at FMI, and thank you for your interest in this, our first quarter forecast for 2018. Our forecast for the first quarter of 2018 looks very good overall and reflects the strong backlogs that we're seeing in many of the E&C stakeholders. If we look back to 2017, we can see that that year finished up 4% higher, representing the sixth straight year of positive growth since 2011 and exceeding $1.2 trillion in total investment for the first time. From 2011 to 2017, the compound annual growth rate in total construction spending was 7%, and 2018 showing no signs of letting up. In fact, we're projecting that same 7% for 18 over 17, a full 3 points higher than the growth we experienced last year. Leading this increase in 2018 will be the residential and non-residential building sectors. Non-building, by comparison, will remain largely unchanged, following a disappointing 6% decline last year. Looking ahead to 2019, we expect to see continued growth well above the inflation rate, but perhaps even more encouraging is the non-building sector, where certain segments like sewage and waste disposal and water supply turn positive after 3 years of decline. The top performing segments in 2018 are forecast to be single-family and residential improvements, office and commercial, and transportation. The single-family housing segment, in fact, may be sustained for some time, particularly as millennials, the largest part of our population, in fact 20% more than baby boomers, begin to move into that first-time homebuyer age. Spending on the construction of office and commercial buildings is influenced largely by the residential activity just described, but it's also benefiting from recent reductions in the corporate tax rate and provisions aimed at repatriating foreign profit. Last, the growth in transportation construction spending represents several large-scale light rail and subway projects in a few metropolitan markets. For some, are their largest programs in history. In addition, many of the nation's airports are predicting $100 billion or more in infrastructure spending over the next 5 years. It's important, though, to note that this national perspective can change quickly when looking at things at the individual local market level. The urbanization trend in the United States continues to be a very dominant theme in construction. When we look at this map of over the 300 metropolitan markets in the country, each represented by one of the bubbles, 20 of these represent 1/2 of all construction spending in the U.S. Perhaps even more important, 5 represent 1/5 of construction spending. These include New York, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Houston, and Los Angeles. Each of these markets have total spending of $30 billion or more. And to put that into perspective, this is larger than the states of Massachusetts, Minnesota, Oregon, and Tennessee. Again, we appreciate your interest in this, our first quarter forecast for 2018. You can download the full report at our website, www.fminet.com. I also encourage you to contact one of our consultants or investment bankers and talk about your specific markets and segments and how they can help you best position your organization for success.